Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is December 6th. It is a warm, wet, muggy day in northern Mississippi today. We've had several days of rain, and now it's in the upper 60s here, and everything's just sticky and wet, and concrete sweating and that kind of thing. Pretty typical for us. We'll have these days, and then probably in a few days it'll be in the 30s. So we just watch the weather change from warm to cold just at the drop of a hat around here. Quick update. I am 9 weeks out as of yesterday, and doing very well. Fast-tracked my time in the walking boot. My orthopedist told me to do 2 weeks of 25%, which was 2 crutches, 1 week of 1 crutch, which would be 50%, and then 1 week of walking in the boot without a crutch. I moved that timetable up considerable. Went probably 10 days with 2 crutches, transitioned into 1 crutch, and after about 3 days of using 1 crutch, I found that I was carrying the crutch around as much as I was actually using it, and my foot was feeling fine and was not having any problems. So at that point, I just started 100% in the boot, and as of Sunday, I went to wearing normal shoes, put on 2 shoes, went to church, and from here I'm looking to not wear the boot at all. Everything's going well. The one milestone I did hit on Thanksgiving Day, I was able to stand comfortably in the shower and take a shower and do all the normal shower routine, and did not need to have a chair in there to sit on during my time in there. So that was pretty significant, and since that time I've been able to do that. Just a couple of things I wanted to mention. Since I had my surgery and now that the recovery is going, I am comfortable walking barefooted, which maybe not sound like a big deal, but prior to that it was very uncomfortable for me to walk without some sort of shoe on, just because the ankle wasn't moving at all, and it was very painful. So I'm really tickled to be able to just take my shoes off and get up and walk around the house, that kind of thing, without having any discomfort. And for me, that's a big deal, and I'm certainly tickled that that's happened. The other thing that I'll mention, last year when I had my osteotomy on this leg, which was a completely different surgery, and I won't say it didn't have anything to do with the ankle surgery, but it was not really related to the joint replacement. But at that time, my daughter told me, as I was discussing with her, I said, today it feels like this, and tomorrow, yesterday it was like that. And she told me, she said, Dad, that's going to be kind of like a newborn baby. You're gonna have things that are gonna change on a daily basis. Some days they'll be much better. Maybe some days you have a little bit of a setback and it's sore or what have you. And at that point, I started keeping a journal on my progress. Some folks like to journal and do that all the time anyway. I don't. What I chose to do was take my phone and open up the notes page and jot down, okay, week 1 or day 1 or day 15, how things were going, how it felt, what I did, and just kind of helped me keep track of the progress, and allowed me to go back and look and go, oh, okay, yeah, I remember 2 weeks ago it felt this way, or this was going on, or this soreness or this pain, and now I'm not experiencing that. So I found that handy to do as we go along, and maybe you will, maybe you won't, but just a thought. The other thing I did today, even though I've been doing a good bit of rehab for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks since I got my cast off, I took some baseline measurements on the dorsiflexion and plantar flexion, just to give me an idea of where I am. I've noted those down in my log, and I will go back and probably redo those in a week or so. And hopefully over the next few months, that will give me an idea of how much range of motion I've gained. My struggle, which is probably not typical, born by the fact that I've had trouble with this ankle for ever, and the tissue, the tendons, etc. around it are still pretty tight, and it's going to take me a long time to get a full range of motion back. I am pleased with where I am. It's markedly much better, and the joint itself obviously is pain-free. Now it's just a matter of getting the tissue around it to cooperate with that new range of motion, and I'm sure that's just going to take time. But things are going well. Can't complain. I feel really blessed to have been able to do this and get back to some activities. Yesterday was the first day I got on a stationary bike at the gym. That went fine. I've been in the pool probably, counting today's 10 or 11 hours so far since I had my cast removed, and that is really beneficial. It really works my foot out when I get through swimming and doing some standing in the water and doing some stretches of different kinds, toe raises and that kind of thing. My foot and that around my ankle joint is tired, and that's what I want. I want it to be tired. I want it to feel like I've worked it out, because when that happens, I feel like I've done some good, and we'll be seeing some progress. So until next time, we will we'll journey on. As I said, it's 60, 67, 68 degrees right now in Mississippi. The next time I log in, it may be 36 degrees. But anyway, that's neither here nor there as far as the ankle goes. But please have a very good day, and we will check in later.